Alright, you guys, welcome back to another episode here in my single-player survival world, which, oh my god, I haven't been here in like months. But I came back because I have new inspiration for new builds, and I am not done working on this area. I will not finish until we have a full-fledged Roman-inspired town here, which it probably won't be this year. Anyways, I have a new skin as well. I know I've been in unorthoblocks. I have my own skins for that. That's a different thing. But when I decide to come back to my own realm, I am a Roman goddess type of thing. Sure. Yes. Hence this outfit. Yes. But I am in creative mode currently, just so I can fly around and show you guys what has been done. I did a live stream not too long ago in this world. You can check it out. It's in the playlist for this series. By the way, if you're new to this series, I started it in 1.15 and now it's 1.19, although my world hasn't been updated to 1.19 yet. I refuse to update until I have all my mods, so I'm still waiting on like replay mod and a couple others like Lightmatica, because I need Lightmatica for what's going to go over there. You know, during the live stream, I did some terraforming work around here. I went ahead and I prettied this up, so I added cactus, some dead bushes, and that glow lichen everywhere all around, just so that it has like its own little feel of its own biome, kind of like what I did for that forest over there. And then over here, I went ahead and I terraformed up this hill to make it look a little more natural, as well as took down more of this hill here, because eventually I'm going to make it much smaller compared to that one, because I want to be able to see things from far away and see my base from far away through the desert type of thing. So I need to make this much nicer still. And then I have this carved out for a pathway to come through, which will eventually connect us up to the village that's over there, just so that I have like little pathways to things. Additionally, I still have more plans that I want to do in here, which there's a lot I want to do, but the big thing, the big reason that I came back, I need to build a Colosseum, but that's not what's going to happen. I need to build a giant aqueduct. There it is. Here we go. So this aqueduct here is going to be connected up to this mountain, obviously, where I'm going to build like a little spring into it, so it makes sense that there's water coming from it. And then it's going to go from here all the way over through these mountains. It's going to have a little reservoir here for the farms. And then it's going to continue through these mountains all the way through here, maybe some diagonals going on. And then have an ending reservoir right here in this little area type of thing. Although this area, actually, it might be up here, because reservoirs had to be a little bit higher than the rest of the houses and everything, so that they could be using gravity to get to the houses through their pipes. So right here might be a good spot for it. But basically from there all the way around to here, because I want to be able to see it from everywhere, essentially. But yeah, that's why I am back, because I have a lot of work to do, but I'm very excited to be back in this world, and I hope you guys are too. Leave a like if you enjoyed my live stream, and I'm sure I'll be live streaming more for this. But now we need to get to work. Additionally, the last time I was here, I got jump scared by a creeper. And when I got jump scared by the creeper, I threw my netherite sword at the creeper, which was so bad. It got blown up. Obviously, it's dead. Everything else is obviously netherite still, because I didn't lose that like a dummy. But I finally got my sword back up and enchanted. That took quite a bit of work, but it's there. I still need more netherite, but that's fine. We can go back and find netherite easily. But I just realized I don't have any names for all this. So I also enchanted my hoe. It was just a normal netherite hoe prior. So now it's a real ho. And my likey subby dinghy. And then I still need names for the rest of my gear. I don't kind of want to do the names that I have in unorthoblocks, just because I might as well do new things. But if you have any ideas what I should name my stuff, let me know in the comments down below. But now I should actually get back into survival, so that I can start getting more things for building, or just get to work terraforming. I don't know, so many options right now. Alright, so I know I said I was going to get into start building things, but I will in a second. First, I wanted to go over mods, because I have officially updated to 1.19, and I added a few new mods that I am using. I don't care if you view this as cheating. This is how I'm going to play my single player world. Play how you want to play. It doesn't matter. It's a sandbox game. Like, go for it. No one cares if you mod Skyrim. I'm not going to care if I mod or you mod Minecraft. But without further ado, I have better F3, which I can show you guys after this list. I have Bobby, that I can see better, basically farther away, although it doesn't keep it loaded all the time, which is nice on the computer. I have Iris for shaders. I have Lightmatica officially. It's not the official update, I should say. It's just ported by other fans of Lightmatica to fit with 1.19. There's that. I have logical zoom, so I can zoom in. I have Malilib, which is needed for certain client-side mods. Minecraft. I have mini HUD so that I can see light levels and other things like that. Mod menu shows me other mods, obviously. Replay mod. Simple voice chat, which I'm not going to use in single player, but it's needed for my SMPs. I have sodium, which is basically like an Optifine type of thing, and then I need Iris to work with sodium to make my actual shaders work. And then Tweakaroo, which I just added. I'm not sure if I'll like it or whatever. But I wanted to talk specifically about Lightmatica. There's always a lot of debate about Lightmatica. I am perfectly fine, personally, with using it so that I can see my designs and building it. However, watching LD Shadow Lady's newest video, I believe for Empire Season 2, where she finds the auto-placing ability that Lightmatica has, I think I'm going to use that too for my bigger builds. Just because it'd be a whole lot easier and it still takes from the resources that I have, which is great. I know there's a Lightmatica version mod that is a printer that will just auto print what you've built into wherever you are. I'm not doing that. I don't want to do an auto print. I still want to be able to place the blocks and make changes if I need whatever, things like that. But yeah, I just want to be completely open and honest with you guys about it so that there's no confusion. I'm not trying to gaslight you guys into thinking I do this all in survival the entire time, because I don't. I switch in between game modes constantly, and then I use creative mode to design things all the time. So with that being said, I'm going to actually, I know we have the aqueduct, but that's going to be another video because that's a major project. Today, I'm going to go ahead and build a little oasis here, plus a staircase, a bridge from here to here, and then a little shrine right here. So I think I'm going to do the oasis first, probably do a replay mod time lapse of it, and then the bridge and the shrine, maybe, I don't know, we'll see. But let me get to work and work up something for this little oasis here, yeah? Yeah. I love how I said that I was going to go and start working on building an oasis and everything like that, but instead I'm over here replanting grass and changing up the border between the grass birch forest and the desert, because you know that has everything to do with making an oasis, right? But needless to say, there was a lot of areas around here that had just janky terrain generation to me. I wanted it to be smoother, the difference between the desert and the birch forest. So that's why I went ahead and did all this extra terraforming and work like this. Plus there are other little lakes of water, so I will be making more oases as we go through this desert and things like that, just to make it pretty and such. But we're still only going to do that one little pond area today. I'll just have to get to it after this. Also, in case you can't tell, I'm holding golden carrots in my hands, so I keep attracting bunnies over to me, which is why I made this little pit over here for them to be stuck inside of. And if I get any more bunnies, I'll make sure to stick them in there too, because I just don't want them in the way. Now, taking one last fly around in the rain, like, there's a lot more I could do. There's a lot more smoothing it out and making things look a little better I could do, but I'm gonna stop there because this desert's pretty big, and I can keep coming back to this in between episodes. So I just wanted to explain a little bit what my thought process was with this little time lapse here, or at least this portion of the time lapse, I should say. Basically, I wanted to go ahead and replace all the sand in the area that I wanted instead of having the grass all jank and everything like I had done before. So once I had done that, then I wanted to go ahead and flatten it all out and get rid of the water that was here, and eventually start to fill in the actual, to dig out the circles that I wanted to be for the little oasis puddles, as well as put in a pretty much temporary starter pathway to where I'm going to build a shrine on that little island. But I think all in all, after digging it out and everything, it's been pretty good, you know. Now I'm able to see an overview of where I want to put the water. I'm still going to texture it up and make it look nice, like do some variations of sand and dirt in the actual pond versions, and then of course throw in some vegetation and some trees and things like that around everything. But that'll be for the next portion of the time lapse. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a description of my thought process, because when I play Minecraft, I like to view it as like art, so I want to start with a blank canvas, hence the starting with everything filled in with sand before I actually excavate it, instead of leaving water in certain places and letting it fill in where I needed it to fill in. Plus, you know, when you're detailing out a pond area, it's a lot easier to do it when it's not filled with water, in my opinion. Would you look at these guys? They're just standing there. Menacingly, honestly. I'm a little scared to go over there to deal with them because I don't want to get bad omen, because I have a bunch of villagers around here, so I'm pretty sure I trigger a raid automatically, and that does not sound like a good time right now. I just want to build pretty things, guys. Can you leave me alone for 10 seconds? Like last time they were here, I'm sure you saw it in this time lapse that they just kind of walked away after a little bit. So I'm hoping they'll do that again here. And as you can see, I've gone ahead and started, I'm almost finished detailing out the actual Oasis pond areas here, basically with a mix of podzol, coarse dirt, rooted dirt, and dirt paths, or just paths I should say, and then stairs and slabs of sand inside. I just wanted to make it look like it's a mix of actual mud and sand this entire time, versus just like having it all mud or having it all of one thing. And then after I finish up this detailing, then I can start throwing in some palm trees and some bushes around here, maybe some rocks and stuff like that to add a little color into the world. Well, I mean, I say that, but there's a lot of color already because it's all different variations of brown. But adding some stone and rocks with andesite and stone would be really cool too, because then it's something different to look at. Now, if only these guys would just like leave me alone. And I got too lazy and decided to take matters into my own hands and killed them all, and then started drowning the guy with the actual banner so that he wouldn't be a problem to me. Now I can go back to building pretty things. So after majorly struggling with trying to place water in the main Oasis pond thing, as you can tell, I then decided to switch gears for a little bit and go ahead and start replanting a bunch of birch trees over here, just so it looks like I didn't completely chop down everything that was here at one point, even though I did, because I just wanted it to look nice on the edge of this grass area compared to the actual desert and Oasis part. And then I went ahead and started decorating up, adding some palm trees around the Oasis as such, and then including the theme that we have going for around my actual base, where I do a bunch of glow lichen, stone buttons, dead bushes, and cactus everywhere, just to make it look like it's still part of the same custom biome I'm building here, but at the same time with new and added trees. In fact, I might be adding these palm trees all the way around my base itself, because it does feel like it would fit nicely and give it some extra pop of color everywhere. So I once again was struggling quite a bit with making the leaves on the palm trees, and with that in mind I went ahead and started Googling things, looking at images and references for palm trees, and then I figured out a little design. I'm quite happy with how it turned out. And I know I said I was thinking about adding the palm trees to around my base, but I don't think that's going to actually happen, because honestly it wouldn't make sense. There's no water over there, and they're over here by the water, which makes more sense to me. So after all that work, which I hope you guys did enjoy that format of a time lapse with me talking over it to explain my thought process on everything, but after all that work, we finally have a finished Oasis area that I'm actually quite in love with. Let's go ahead and take a walk down there, and hopefully I don't die of starvation or something, just so you get the perspective of what it would be like if you were a person coming down here. So obviously we have our normal pathway here, and I really like the rocks and boulders I added. So like I said before, I'm probably gonna put it everywhere else around my base off camera. And as you walk through here, you can see our main two giant pond areas, which I absolutely adore, and I love that I bone meal everything down here. It just gives it so much more green. For the palm trees, I went with birch leaves because they're like a darker green, and I kind of wanted something darker compared to the actual oak leaves we have in the other biome. Plus, it kind of helps it blend a bit more with the actual birch forest back there, in my opinion. And then coming down here, working our way over, I said I wanted to build like a shrine over here, and I did, but I switched it to a frog. I was going to do like something similar to the shrine that we can barely see over there, kind of Roman-esque, but it's 119. There are frogs now. I finally updated the world to do it, so I'm going to get frogs in the next episode here, but I figured why not? Hello cactus, put a frog statue, and I'll put a link in the description for a tutorial that I used for this. It's supposed to be an automatic frog statue, but I just preferred it to keep flowing water the whole time. And of course that required me, as you saw, to do some terraforming underwater, but it's totally fine. It looks very nice now. And honestly, I'm in love with all of it. But I feel like the rocks really help a lot. Like I said, it adds like another pop of color, even though technically it's gray and not much of a color, but it is very nice, and I absolutely appreciate what this has become. Eventually, like I said, I'm going to make this whole desert have this kind of man-made biome like I did over here with the azalea bushes, the oxide daisies, I think they're called, and the lilacs. Basically the same thing here. They're going to be stone buttons, dead bushes, glow lichen and cactus everywhere throughout this entire desert so that it looks like it's its own biome that Minecraft made, even though it's something I made, just because I think it looks really cool having all these textures put together for a desert. And I probably will do more oases throughout this desert as we go about. Like there's another giant patch of water there, and then there's a couple others like there. I could do a couple other random splotches, and I do want to clean up the edges as well. And probably make at least this be full-grown birch forest again, even though I keep chopping it down. And then over there, I can leave it as a savanna, but I do want to clean up the edges like I've been saying. That's, again, just more work to do, though, just to make this whole area kind of pretty. And I got a lot of work I want to do in general around here. But I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. And if you did, leave a like, comment down below if you have anything you like to comment, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell for notifications, join my Discord if you want to talk there. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, bye, guys.